Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're going to talk about the Blizzard Force Megazord, or as some people like to call it, the Replicant. The Replicant Sword, or the Blizzard Force Megazord, is called, in the toy line, an evil version of the Thundersaurus Megazord, basically the main Megazord for the Power Rangers themselves. It is powered by their own weapon used against them, as well as the creature known as the Ugly Monster. It is formed from two different Zords rather than three, as such as the Thundersaurus Megazord. The first and main part of the entire body of the Zord is the Carnozord Zord. Yeah, it's basically just an indigo Zord patterned off a Carnosaurus or Carnotaurus, depending on how you pronounce it, and it forms the legs, the torso, the head, the left arm, and the drill of the Zord. It is based design off the Trinozord. You can kind of see very similarly how it is based off there. It's got a bigger mouth, one a little bit wider, as well as got these fins off the back and little frills here, but basically looks pretty much the same. Arguably, if you compare T-Rex to a Carnotaurus, it's not that different right there. Now, the other part is the Chasmozord, based off it's a Silver Zord patterned after a Chasmosaurus. That is the right arm and shield of the Replicant Zord, and is basically the design of a Triceratops Zord, or the Triazord. Now, there is no pterodactyl version shown inside the TV show. It's just these two put together with alternate colors and combined to deal and fight with the Rangers. However, in the little toy line that went on there, it does give you a third option, an Arctic version of the Pterodactyl Zord, or the Terrazord. That is a very green variant and only appears in the toy line, so don't expect to see it in the show anyplace. It's only there. Why they put it on there? Well, why make a new Zord when you can just recolor an old one and say it's the same thing? Most kids wouldn't recognize and go, oh, I got an additional part. That's basically the only reason they do that. To make more money, and it saves them money because they don't have to make a whole new design. Now, you may be asking yourself, where did this Zord happen to be? What episode was it in? Where did it go after that? Well, it only appeared in one episode of the Dino Thunder series, A Test of Trust, and it was only there for about a grand total of 30 seconds to a minute before it was utterly destroyed and annihilated by the Rangers themselves. Now, they only came into being because they needed to be powered up by an extremely powerful force of energy that the villains did not have. So when the Rangers went to do battle against a new monster known as the Ugly Monster, the final and the most powerful of all of Megazord's monster army at all, they power up a new weapon called the Z-Rex Blaster Super Mode to defeat him. And when they shoot it off, Megazord uses the energy from the attack to activate the Blizzard Force Megazord. This causes basically all that power to go flowing in there. The Rangers are going, what the heck's going on here? And they see these two Zords combined together and form up a clone parody version of themselves. The Rangers don't like that and quickly work together with the Thundersaurus Zord and the Mezzodon Megazord to destroy it utterly and completely. Now, its energy and all its power eventually would be transferred again over to the Ugly Monster, who becomes bigger and stronger, and they do battle again until eventually they are able to take down the Ugly Monster. Now, in the main English TV show, there is not much more than that. It's destroyed after that, never seen again, and would never be talked about again. However, in the Super Sentai version, it has a much bigger role, having its own movie, and having much more details of where it came from and why it was a much bigger threat rather than just being a clone knockoff that the whole series seemed to be doing a lot of clone experimentations, not just with dinosaurs but with monsters and villains themselves, making a clone evil version of the White Ranger as well as clone versions of other monsters that appeared up different times. And why not a Megazord? I don't know why not, but hey, It was a cool idea. It had a really cool premise, but needed more storyline to flesh it out, other than about a grand total of 30 seconds. If they've been building up the entire time and made this the final battle with Megazord, yeah, I don't know, I messed his name entirely up. Mezagogs, combined with it in some fashion, it'd have been a much better storyline in my opinion, but hey, what am I? Just but a humble YouTube voice guy who has the ability to look back in the past and go, that was probably not the best idea. But hey, I can't argue against this. Okay, so that is this episode for you guys today. Have a good one, and may the power protect you guys always. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. All your comments help me, guys, in the future expand my videos and do more. Thank you guys for voting on this week's video of doing on Zords. I'll have another video for you guys later this week too. Have a good one, guys. Be safe, as always.